Hello everyone and welcome to All Things Watched. In this video we are going to talk about the brand new movie The Monkey, and this movie actually had a really great cast. It had Theo James, it had Tatiana Maslany, who's not in the movie for the entire movie, as a whole for the entirety of the movie, but she does sort of come and go throughout the whole movie, and so she does play a pretty big character. It also had a couple little cameos from Elijah Wood. So great to see him again. Huge fan of him, and also Tatiana Maslany. I really feel like Marvel did her dirty with She-Hulk. I actually really loved her as She-Hulk. It's just the story itself didn't work, but I love her as an actress, and it was great to see her here in The Monkey. And of course, Colin O'Brien, who portrays basically a young character known as Petrie, and all that good stuff. And essentially, this movie, I believe, was actually based on a book, or it was either based on a book or it was written by, I seen online, Stephen King. And so that's really what drew me to the movie. I didn't even realize that Tatiana Maslany was in it. I did not realize that Elijah Wood was in it. I honestly had no idea about the cast. I just went into this movie thinking that I was going to see a Stephen King movie, because Stephen King has a great way of mixing and balancing horror with oftentimes great characters and just great story elements in general. And so I'm not oblivious to the fact that not every single adaptation that was done by him or his writings was always great, but I do think that a majority of them, I think that there's more hits than misses, even in the real live adaptations, and so I was really excited to see that. And if I'm going to be honest with you, after seeing The Monkey, I gotta say I really enjoyed this movie. To me, The Monkey really was basically Stephen King's version of Final Destination. So if you're a big fan of the Final Destination franchise, and you like seeing these sort of weird kills and people dying in these weird ways, then I think you would definitely enjoy this movie, The Monkey. I had no idea anything about this movie. If I had have known, I would have watched it with my beautiful fiance. She's a big fan of the Final Destination franchise, but I had no idea that this movie was going to be like this. So, to make a long story short, the idea is that the movie opens with, of course, this, to me it looks like an old-fashioned kind of monkey that you would wind up and his hand goes up, the stick spin, so to speak, and then he starts beating a drum. And of course, when this happens, it's almost like this monkey somehow is possessed or has some sort of demon controlling it somehow, or so to speak, because the monkey itself doesn't actually do anything, but whenever it's activated, it causes this sort of Final Destination type scenario. It basically starts this chain of events in which somebody or some people will actually end up dying because of it's almost like the monkey activates the sort of Final Destination sequence, if that makes sense. And so Theo James, he actually portrays twins in the movie. So he has a brother, and I can't remember what both their name is, but one of them I think was Hal or something like that. But anyway, he portrays both of them because they're supposed to be identical twins. And so Tatiana Maslany portrays a character known as Lois, and she is actually their mother. So from a very young age, they end up having this monkey. And I could be wrong, but I'm almost 100% sure that even in the opening, literally the opening shot of the movie, I think Adam Scott was there as well. And basically the opening shot of the movie is just an introduction to the movie. This is what the movie's going to be. There's this monkey. Whenever it's activated, this sequence of these Final Destination sequences sort of kicks in. And so that's sort of how they open the movie, and then it comes up the monkey, and then we jump into the story of Lois and her children, who's twins, who they basically end up finding the monkey, and they, of course, are going to play with it, their children. But over the course of time, as these two kids grow, they start to realize that whenever this monkey is activated, it triggers this series of unfortunate events, so to speak, to these Final Destination sequences where people die, but they die in the most bizarre ways. Some cases is very creative. Some cases, especially one of the very last kills of the movie in the final act, which I won't spoil for you. That's the only kill, in my opinion, that was super unrealistic, because of just I don't think that it involves animals, so to speak, or insects, and I just don't think that the insects or the animals would actually do what happens. But other than that, all the other kills were pretty creative and pretty fun to watch, and so that's basically, in a nutshell, that's what the whole movie is. It's about these twins who are growing up, and they find this monkey which is possessed and whatnot, and of course most of the movie is told by these twins being already grown up, but you do get flashbacks of their backstory, you know, throughout the movie. One of the twins actually has a son today, and he's trying to protect his son from going through what him and his brother went through, and what anybody's went through, anyone who's interacted with this monkey. And that's in a nutshell what the whole movie is. There's a monkey, it's possessed, it causes these Final Destination sequences, and one guy is trying to protect his son from doing it because he himself experienced a full life of this monkey and all the bad consequences that comes with it. And that's basically the whole movie. But honestly, it was very fun. I went into this movie with zero knowledge. I never ever seen a trailer. I never seen anything with the cast. I had no idea what the movie was about. I didn't even realize it was a Stephen King movie right away. It wasn't until I was actually going in to see the movie that I just did like a quick Google search, because I was just curious, like what like, was this based on a book or whatnot? And it just came up. I think it said it was a Stephen King thing. And so when I seen that, I was like even more excited to see it. And so you know, I was really blown away by the monkey. If I had to put a number on this movie, for me personally, I think I would give this one like a 70%, maybe even a 75. If they were to do a sequel, I 100% will watch it. I will 100% even watch this movie again if there is some rewatch value to it, at least for me, because I do want to show it to my fiance, and I want to watch it with her because I know she loves that Final Destination sequence and those movies and whatnot. And so I have no problem watching it again with her. And honestly, if you have an opportunity, you know, this is not a movie that's going to blow your mind. I don't suspect that the monkey is going to win all kinds of you know, awards or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that, you know, if there's not a whole lot of stuff in the theater right now at the second, and this is one of the only things that, you know, might be there next, you know, I would recommend this over Snow White or something like that. Now, I do know that there's a Jason Statham movie out now, A Working Man. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm working on seeing A Working Man, and I can't wait to see that one as well. But I would highly recommend The Monkey. So with that being said, folks, that's my review of The Monkey. Let me know in the comment section below if you've seen it, and if you'd like to tell me why or why not. If you like this video, click the subscribe button. Trying to get to 500 subs before the end of the summer, but that might be a little unrealistic, but we're trying, and all that good stuff. And I really appreciate you folks watching, and until the next video, take care.